Mr. Paulsen, thank you so much for joining us this evening. A few questions. Can you explain briefly what the German paradox of leadership is?
I think there's a classical paradoxon of German leadership, which is that you could put it in a nutshell: damned if you do, damned if you don't. So if Germany provides leadership, and many people expect Germany to provide leadership, then there will always be those who criticize Germany and who are even afraid of German dominance in Europe. I think this is the old paradoxon of German leadership in Europe. The new one is really, and that's the even more important one, everybody in Europe expects Germany to lead, but Germany is very reluctant to lead. It's really not ready to provide long-term leadership in Europe. It's more a leader of necessity than a leader of conviction.
And can you speak a bit about how the Franco-German relationship plays into the German leadership question?
I think the German-French close cooperation was always at the heart of European integration after World War II, and this has become more and more difficult after German reunification, and especially in the context of the European debt crisis, because Germany now is no more a political dwarf and an economic giant. It's also politically in the central role of decision making, and that makes German-French cooperation much more challenging than in the past. However, I think Germany and France need to stick together to be able to manage the current crisis. If Germany and France would not be able to cooperate in the future, I think it's very hard to resolve the current crisis.
And how do you see German leadership evolving in the next few years in the context of Europe?
I think Germany will try to make sure that other countries follow sound economic and fiscal policies. Germany will not be very dogmatic, but quite pragmatic, trying to resolve the problems in the economic and monetary union. But it's hard for me to imagine that Germany would take a leadership role when it comes to reaching the vision of a political union that some have recommended, or even in the area of foreign and security policy. I cannot imagine Germany to play a very outspoken and leadership role in the future.
Thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure.